even though it's not Wednesday night, we have a special Money in the Bank recap review of Wednesday Night's Overbooked with myself and the man in my stage right, the illustrious Left Eye Uso Ego something.
I mean, you showed out tonight, so
Oh,
pouring out some celebratory bubbly right now in my ear.
Is that what that
It is celebratory.
It's a lovely looking piece of merch you got there, sir. Look at that.
It is the only way to celebrate a win and a victory, and that's with a Wednesday Night is Overbooked mug. 14 ounces size. Don't do 12 ounces.
And where can you find that lovely mug, sir?
Oh my God, this guy named Joker's Voice. He has a fantastic shop online that you need to check out where you can get all this beautiful merchandise. Okay. It's fantastic. You need it in your life.
And that link is in the description, along with all of our other links to all of our channels as well. So please, if you don't mind,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
So, as we know, there was a kind of an event today called Money in the Bank. This is one of the big events of the year, kind of a thing that kind of can set the championship picture topsy-turvy. So who knows where this is going to go? But there was an event earlier today. By any chance, Ego, did you catch anything from Worlds Collide?
Man, I caught some of the clips they showed during Money in the Bank, but I did not catch the whole thing. I got to watch it on the replay like tomorrow or sometime before Wednesday. But I heard it was fantastic.
It was a very entertaining show. Back and he's serious. Oh yeah, we're definitely back. And yes, thank you for joining us on a Saturday night. It was kind of quick notice, but we wanted to do this, and we may do this after big events going forward. You never know. So hey, what's up, Wade? How are you, sir? Mr. Iguana was quite entertaining. So Ego will be right back. Apparently the wife has something for him to do. I don't know. I mean, he's a married man, so he is kind of tethered, I guess. So
sorry, let my wife out of the house. My bad.
Oh, well,
it was urgent.
I thought it might have something to do with the wife. So you never know.
Always.
Thank you for everyone who was watching right now. We would like to get to double-digit likes for this. That's always our goal. So if you have not, please hit that like button down below, please.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lock her out. Hey, and my go-to wrestling show. That is a lovely thing to hear. Lovely thing to hear.
Thank you.
So we're just going to go right into it and start with the Money in the Bank event. And we're just going to kind of go match by match. As we started off with the women's Money in the Bank match. Now, before we get into any specifics, Ego, I want to know your just general thought of this match.
I didn't know what to expect. I thought that part of me was saying I was going in saying either don't have any expectations or this is going to be a top 5 match of the year. So, I mean, I was going in with extremes. I will say, as an aside, guys, do not be friends with JV at all because he will have you defending his points, okay?
You mean the ones that are right?
He will have you defending his points, all right? Whether they're right or extremely wrong, okay? You don't believe in them. It's just you hear him and you hear him out, and then someone goes, that match was terrible. It was awful. And you're like, well, they had rookies in the ring. They gave everyone a one-on-one setup, which I actually liked. The Mexican Destroyer that
was the men's.
That was great. I still think last year's was I still think last year's was better because they had more vets in the ring. Mm-hmm. But considering the fact that we got Stephanie Vecchio pulling her 3rd match in 18 hours, Roxanne Perez is fairly new. This is Rhea Ripley's first Money in the Bank match, correct? there's like 3 unknowns in that ring, and it's 6 people. So you want to do everything safe and effectively, and everyone got their one-on-one moment. So I mean, that's as much as you can ask for this kind of match. So overall, it was pretty good. I actually liked it. It was decent.
I personally thought the match was a little short, time wise. I thought last year's match was a way better match.
Oh yeah.
Better match.
Yeah. Definitely.
I liked how it kind of, when the bell rang, you had all the new girls on one side and all the vets on the other side of all just kind of went at it. Now, Paul Levesque has been accused of late of being very safe, always making the safe choice. Well, in this case, he did not make the safe choice, because the safe pick would have been Rhea.
Rhea Ripley, yeah. Oh yeah.
She is a standard go-to, but as we said on Wednesday Nights Overbooked, she is Rhea Ripley. She's going to be in the title picture no matter what. So we all said that she was not going to win. Some folks said Roxanne would win, which I would not have been upset with.
Right.
I would not have been surprised if they just strapped another rocket onto
I would not.
To Stephanie and had her win. But in the end, they made the right choice. The right choice was Naomi.
Correct.
Now let's go with the entrances at first. So I'm just going to say, for those folks who don't know who Julia is yet, and the general WWE audience doesn't know who Julia is, she has one of the best entrance themes of the entire WWE roster. For some reason, Def Rebel gets Samoans and Joshi's right.
Fair point. It was pretty dope.
Now, the big pops, I mean, you had Alexa, who got a big pop to start with. Stephanie got a really big pop. Probably because a lot of the folks just walked across the parking lot from the Forum to the Intuit Dome just to watch to watch this show too. Rhea always gets a pop, and Rhea's incredibly over. Oh man, that's just, we're gonna get to that in just a second there. That was
spicy.
I'm just, as much as I do not miss Booker T on commentary. That would have been hilarious. That would have been great. So we did have, but ladder matches do always offer some just degree of just ow.
Yeah.
Because the sound that the ladders make, the fact that they don't cooperate ever, and just I feel it sometimes. Like when Rhea was going to go for a razor's edge,
right?
And Roxanne reversed it into a DDT. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was
absolutely
smooth.
Beautiful.
Very smooth. And
then you have, like we said, the devil's kiss on a ladder bridge, and I'm just like, ow, 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 ow,
beautiful.
Ow, ow. The Roxanne and Julia double team on Alexa Bliss, just dropping her gut first onto a
that. I was actually worried that the ladder was going to fall because it started to wobble a little bit, and they got it corrected at the last minute. So I mean, they shout out to them for being able to do that. That was great.
Right. Now we did so. Roxanne was the first one to kind of set up the ladder and start doing doing the climb. I got really kind of like, oh, they're gonna do this when Stephanie had her hands on the clamp, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I guess they're gonna do this.
We're gonna
Roxanne
do
was
this.
second on there,
Yeah.
and then we had Alexa and Roxanne doing double code reds onto ladder bridge.
Cool. That was pretty
bridges.
cool.
And then the kind of the fun little thing that they added in this match, which they overused in another match, was
Right.
this drone shot of Roxanne and Julia climbing at the top of the ladder and circling them as they're at the top, trying to get the briefcase.
Yeah, it was, yeah. That was
Which I thought was a good shot for that
was.
for
the moment. Yeah.
moment.
It's more
I thought it
like
was cool.
foreshadowing kind of a deal. I got it.
So, if I'm going to take and my final take on this match, Naomi was the absolute right choice to win. In my opinion, the veterans were kind of non-factors in this match. I mean, this was
Fair
really
point.
this was really showcasing these newer call-up girls, Roxanne, Stephanie, Julia, because again, in
That's fair.
a little more than a month, we have got we've got the Evolution Women's Premium Live event. You're going to need to get more eyes and more eyes, these familiar with these
Yeah.
with these new ladies. Personally, I thought the MVP of this match, no surprise, Roxanne. I thought Roxanne was absolutely great.
I will give her that. I think the thing that
Quite high.
I think I didn't notice was the fact that they were saying that Julia or even Stephanie Vacure and Julia, or even Stephanie Vacure and Roxanne Perez could go for a decade. Like that rivalry either way could easily go down. I'm like, okay, it's foreshadowing. That's fantastic. It's just enough to say, hey, look, these are the next people up. They're climbing the ladder. It's not this time, but it's close. It's coming. So I like the way they did that.
So your overall thoughts of the ladies' match?
I understand why it proceeded the way it did, with a lack of big spots, which is something that I'm used to and I like. I love big spots, but I understand why it might not have been as easy to do this time. Again, 3 rookies as far as Money in the Bank is concerned. One person's wrestling. This is their 3rd match in 18.
4 rookies.
4? Oh, 4 rookies. Who's the 4th? I got Rhea, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vector, and Julia. Oh, I missed that. Yeah. See, so 2/3 of the roster for this match are rookies for this type of match. And so no one's getting hurt. We've got long-term plans for you, which actually shows me that they do have long-term plans for them. Nobody gets hurt. Everyone gets a one-on-one opportunity. It's going to be slow and hushed in certain spots, but overall, everyone leaves here in good health. So I understand why they did it. So I mean, it's overall, I understand why Naomi win. And again, I have to defend JV with random people on Twitter, because I'm like, do you not? I'm just like, they're like, it was stupid. Naomi shouldn't have won. It should have been Rhea. And I'm like, tell me you don't understand merchandising or storytelling. It's okay. This is a safe space. Me into an asshole online to dummies that don't understand these things. And I do not like it, okay? Would I rather be ignorant? No. But I don't like having to defend JV to online people. That's all I would say.
Because Ego just hates to defend the fact that I'm right.
Nah, I'm just going to grouch it.
And I heard, and I believe this wholeheartedly. I mean, you saw a stare down between Rhea Ripley and Stephanie and
You
Stephanie Vacure.
Yeah.
That is a main event WrestleMania Night 1 match. That is match that is a match that will close out a night of WrestleMania, which we also announced it's coming back here next year. Boo.
I mean, man,
it should be down it should be down in the description there, along with everyone else's.
Yeah.
Down in there.
I'll double check and make sure what you're saying. Then go ahead.
You got it. So
Yeah,
then we had a match. Let me pull this down real quick because we got to do something here. Because something that happened at Worlds Collide from the opening match led to another match that was announced, and that was for the Intercontinental Championship. Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. Now, the first match of Worlds Collide was very much what I expect a luchador match to be. It was very performative, very choreographed, and that's fine. I don't mind it. It was I actually found Mr. Iguana highly entertaining, but could I go through a 2-hour show of that? No, that would drive me absolutely bonkers. So we got this match for the IC title. This match was fairly quick, and even though it was kind of thrown together, I was assuming at kind of the last minute, this was a solid match. I mean, I don't know about you, Ego, but I didn't expect much coming into this match, and I was pleasantly surprised at just how much improvement we've been seeing from Dirty Dom.
I knew that he would rise to the level of his competition. So when I heard it was going to be Octagon Jr. from Worlds Collide, I was like, okay, there's going to be some high flying, death defying, which is all my jam. So it gave me what I needed for the match. It's actually my second favorite match of the entire evening. So I enjoyed it. It's good. That's the kind of match that I'm used to watching.
And I'm not gonna lie, Liv Morgan's ring attire was quite nice too.
Spicy.
I'm just saying. It's me when I'm telling lies.
Keep going.
We then go from one Intercontinental Championship match to another, and that is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Champion Lyra Valkyria defending against Becky Lynch. Now, we saw this match already at Backlash, and and what Brad and I said was probably one of the best matches on that show. Well, this was one of the best matches on this show as well. This was a banger, absolute banger match. The other guys on Wednesday night is overbooked. They're a little slow to come around to Lyra actually being a decent professional wrestler. She has been a personality void when she first came up to the main roster, but this heel turn from Becky Lynch directly affecting Lyra is starting to bring some personality out. So we're starting to get some passion, some fire from Lyra, just to add on top of her already solid in-ring work. I want to hear Ego's thoughts of this match.
It was okay. It was just okay.
This is a common thing with Ego for those who are new to the channel here.
I will not be put in timeout. I am so glad someone took the belt off of Lyra Valkyria.
Possible, yes. Very possible.
I could. All I'm saying is it could have been Becky Lynch, Meryl Lynch, John Lynch. Just take the belt off Lyra. I did not care who it was, all right? I needed the belt to be off of her, and I'm glad. Otherwise, to me, it was a snooze fest, okay? That's all I'm saying.
This match, wait, you thought this match was boring?
Dude, I am so glad that this match came on because I don't have to go grab a glass of sleepy time tea. I'm already ready to go to bed after this.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
This match was a banger, absolute banger of a match. You had Becky getting offense, Lyra getting offense. You got the crowd was getting into the match. I don't know where. I don't know what. No. Well, you have to forgive him. He's also a Jade Cargill fan too. So
That's not fair.
that
is
is
not
totally fair.
That's not
Completely fair. Totally fair. And for some reason, he thinks Lyra's not a good professional wrestler.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
She's very good. but as we all thought, Becky does get the belt. This makes sense because this feud will continue probably to evolution, probably a triple threat with a certain role model coming back into play. And again, we're showcasing a lot of the women, giving them time to shine because we got this big premium live event, and we've got to elevate this newer talent coming in. People like the Lyras. Eventually, Jordan Grace, when she makes her main roster debut, Roxanne, Stephanie, Julia, putting them in positions to look strong, even though they may take a loss, which is something that Becky Lynch has done. She put over Tiffany Stratton in NXT. Despite Stratton losing, she looked very, very good. She put over Lyra on the main roster. She put over Liv. This is what these talents are going to start doing, giving this new crop the meat that they need to shine. So I know Ego's not a fan of this, but you know
Not at all.
He'll learn. He'll learn.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Please.
I was told that I should give an apology because Lyra put on a banger. Okay. I will say this, JV. I am willing to apologize wholeheartedly. Mea culpa. Hands clasped together as if in deep prayer. Or if you want to do praying hands, I'll even have them up like this to steeple. If you can admit to me that Lyra Valkyria is your version of Jey Uso.
No.
I said no. Don't do that. No. Way over with the crowd. An intro that everyone loves. In fact, sounding kind of pretentious. Needed a villain to bring out the baby face to win a championship, or at least to hold on to it, or to give them some kind of goodwill to move on.
No.
Guys,
closer.
Call 911. JV is sick. Call 911.
Not even closer.
Because my boy is suffering from cognitive dissonance. I'm
sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lyra can execute more than 3 moves.
No, she can't.
Yes,
there's the weird power slamaplex. There's an elbow.
Driver?
It could be a driver. I don't know what. I have no idea what it's called. I call it a power
holds.
Plex.
Submission holds.
Weak. They're weak and irrelevant. All I'm saying is she has the same 3 moves.
Oh, you have so much to learn, my young Jedi. So much to learn.
Guys, please, if you or someone you know is suffering from this kind of a sickness, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, okay? We need to help cure these people.
Ego?
What, sir?
You just made the list!
Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
All righty. So now we're going to move on to something that is a little more ego speed here, and that is the Spot Fest known as the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, again, this was a better match than the
Yeah.
the women's, which is like the first time in like 3 years.
Yeah.
But this match was a lot of fun to watch. And this match, like the name of the show, was overbooked as fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'll let you go first, Ego. Your overall thoughts of the match itself, just in general.
I thought that they were going to follow the same prescription as the women's, but they pleasantly surprised me, and it being overbooked was fantastic.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this one.
Okay. I thought that some of the overbooking was a little like, okay, that wasn't really necessary, but okay, it brought something to it, furthered a storyline, which was kind of starting to drag, and we got something exciting going forward. The decision is not the one I would have made because, again, like I said with Rhea, Seth Rollins, of all the people in this match, needed Money in the Bank the least, the absolute least. He is a main event talent, has been for the last 10 years. Of anyone in this match who does not need Money in the Bank, the cheat code, it was Seth Rollins. I thought LA Knight, and he was awful darn close a few times.
Fair.
We kind of got a little had a couple little things going on in here. So, Ego, tell me what was one of the big spots that you enjoyed most in this match.
Ooh, man. I think it was the Mexican destroyer onto the ladder, and then on either that or it was the final. I don't know. It's not a heel turn, but the betrayal of
Jacob
by Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I'm glad that they. I know that otherwise it probably would have happened on SmackDown, and not that many people would have noticed. So I get why they did it at Money in the Bank. Again, maybe not necessarily the most necessary spot and place to do it, but I'm like, all right, good. At least we've got that out of the way. Because I remember when Seth Rollins said that Jacob Fatu should be renamed Solo's bitch, which was heat, you know. Right. So I see why they did it that night, so it could be like, hey, the betrayal is complete, moving on. So I like that. That was good.
Okay, there was a spot where I don't know who he did it on. Andrade performs a sunset flip bomb over the ladder, over the 12-foot ladder onto the floor. That was nuts. Penta does a back suplex with someone onto a ladder bridge.
Yeah.
We got the Mexican destroyer on the ladder bridge.
That was awesome.
Probably the spot of the night, though, when Chad Gable, sorry, El Grande Americano climbs up the ladder that is set up outside the ring, leans the other ladder onto the fireball ladder, because that's the whiskey for bad guys. No, that's the whiskey for the white girls. I'm just saying. Climbs up. LA Knight follows him and does a back.
That was
nuts.
Great
Absolutely
assist. Yes.
Nuts.
It was extremely collaborative. It needed all three people to pull that off, which again, the more that I look into wrestling as a whole, as much as I found it's important that this is collaborative, whether or not you've got backstage heat or not. Like, the both of us have to work together. And in this case, three people need to work together to make this spot look awesome, which it did. The assist was awesome. That was really cool.
And then we got shenanigans. We're going to ensue. I distinctly remember Matt saying there was going to be at least 10 people involved in this match, and there was 10 people involved in this match.
Good call.
Just waving, going, come on, guys. Out comes Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and they are just wrecking shop.
Oh, that spear that Grande Americano took was camera work was awesome on that one, but Lord, a running spear was devastating.
And then I remember in our group chat, I'm like, we got a werewolf. Out comes Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo. I'm sorry. Jacob Fatu doing a pop-up Samoan drop with Bronson Reed.
Yeah, man.
And that was just absolutely, that was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And of
Yeah.
course, furthering the story, Solo's like, oh, my boy, my cousin, hey, I got you. And then we get what I guess would be considered a face turn. Jacob Fatu is going face
I see that.
because he's incredibly over. The crowd loves him.
Yes.
And the best part about it is he does not have to change his persona whatsoever.
At all. Nope.
Just keep doing what you're doing. You got what I mean?
Yep.
Absolute savage.
Well done.
So Rollins is playing it safe. And I'm thinking he better cash this in the Monday night during the Jey Uso Gunther match.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Because
gonna have to.
And I was like, okay. And criticism, I guess, is storyline going, CM Punk, we've heard him say, I will stop at nothing to prevent you from attaining everything. Where was Punk?
I thought he was gonna show. I'm surprised that he did not.
Correct. And then we come to the last match of the night, the match that I had no interest in whatsoever. This was a snore. I thought this was going to be a snore fest, and for the most part, it was. This match was not exciting to me at all, and I've never been more thankful for Logan Paul as they were about to do Jey Uso's entrance again.
That was hilarious.
They start playing Logan Paul's music.
That was great.
I'm sitting here watching, just going.
That's fair. It worked. It worked. I'm not going to be mad. It worked.
So you being a fan of the Yeet Man, the human highlighter reel, your thoughts, sir, on this?
The match was okay. It's just, I mean, like outside of the shenanigans that I guess we'll talk about later, it was just okay. I mean, it seemed that everyone was way more interested in him challenging Gunther for the title on Monday. So it's like, with that in mind, it's like, is this match even really necessary? No. You know, honestly, you could have done like, actually, you know what? To me, it would have been better had you done Paul and Gunther. You really do.
What's up, Brad? How are you, sir?
If you did a stipulation match where if Gunther, the team of Gunther and Paul won, then he gets a challenge on Monday night, that would have been better, at least stakes wise for me. But I'm like, I don't really care. I know that the baby faces need this win to pick up momentum, and I knew that Cody was going to wind up pinning somebody. But outside of that, I'm just like, okay, a match happened.
Yeah, this match was to give Cody some more babyface love to go into SummerSlam against John Cena.
And SummerSlam is in July, correct?
August.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, and then right before this match, we got the announcement that WrestleMania is coming back here next year. Boo. I don't want it here. I don't.
Does it get you any closer to being able to save to afford tickets for next year?
I am not going to the WrestleMania. They were between $400 to $600 for nosebleeds.
Would you go? I'm sorry. Would you go for nosebleeds?
No.
Really?
No.
You're as bougie as I am. Get out of
No.
here, dude. You're calling me bougie. Okay. All right. I need to
No.
know where you are on
No.
the experience
I'm
level.
cheap.
Okay.
No, I'm cheap.
Oh, that is just saying no. Okay. I know I speak bougie and I know when I hear it. Okay.
I
All I'm
was I
what?
okay. I went to stand and deliver this year.
Okay.
Show started at 9 a.m.
Okay.
I had floor seats, 9 rows off the ring for $125.
Okay. So you in your mind it has to be near the action or nothing. I need to understand. I need to understand this correctly.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to go to a wrestling show and watch a jumbotron.
You're bougie.
No,
That is by definition, bro. That's bougie. That is so, bro. Guys, again, this is going to turn into the healing hour of JV. Okay, we found out that he secretly thinks that Jay. What?
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. That's it right there. Thank you.
All Brad is also bougie. Okay, Brad also is like, hey, I have enough money. Okay, nosebleeds are beneath me, quite literally. Okay,
No,
JV is bougie adjacent. Okay, as someone that speaks fluent bouge, these guys are bougie guys. Okay,
I'm sorry, the one who went to an event in a luxury suite. Stop.
That's how I know. It's okay. You come over here. It's okay. If you ever visit me in Texas and we got tickets to WWE, you too will have box seats. I will baptize you in bougie. Okay, that's worse. Okay, guys, that is worse. Bougie is like, hey, we don't do that. We do this. Snobs just look at you and be like, oh, okay. I didn't know I was talking to other, and they walk away. Okay.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
So we get coming toward the end of the match, we get the ref distraction, and John Cena again does the very weak belt hit in the face, and we think, oh, here we go again. The same boring ending.
Okay. Again, that is snob speak. But
so and I'm thinking to myself, oh dear God, why? Then some hooded figure comes out of nowhere, ref's distracted, attacks Cena, and it's revealed it is R-Truth. Apparently this happened within the last 72 hours. WWE has heard the backlash from the fans, and much like the hashtag we want Cody happened. And right after the show went off the air, WWEshop.com introduced new merchandise, not for R-Truth, for Ron Killings. That's what he's going as.
Yeah.
From going, that's what he's going with going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So good on them. Again, unpredictability. Surprise me. Give me something that I can't, because I've been watching these products for 40 plus years. So it gets kind of, it can get very robotic, and if you watch something long enough, you can kind of predict what's going to happen. So
True.
All in all, I thought it was a decent show. Was it as good as Money in the Bank last year? No. Was it the best premium live event we've had this year? No. That would have been the Elimination Chamber event. That was by far the best premium live event we have had this year so far.
True.
But talent, but the talent delivered. Storylines were forwarded, and for the most part, outcomes were right, with the exception of one, being Seth Rollins. So we'll see. We'll see what that looks like going forward. I want to thank everyone who stopped in for this quick little the recap. Mr. Ego, any last words on Money in the Bank?
No, I mean it's necessary to get us to SummerSlam, which, as you guys have told me, is the Grand Slam of the WWE PLEs for the year. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this all shakes out. But I'm just, go ahead.
Well, keep in mind, folks, in 3 weeks in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, we have Night of Champions in just 3 weeks. All right, Brad, we will see you on Wednesday night as well. So, but yeah, in 3 weeks, Night of Champions. But we are going to save a lot of topics for Wednesday Night's Overbooked, because we got more stuff to talk about. A certain new NXT arrival who has just captured the entire wrestling world, and a whole lot of other things. So, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up this week, sir?
Man, outside of Wednesday Night's Overbooked, not much. But, guys, I have a lot of people triggered over a video that I did almost 6 months ago. Please check out 5 reasons that Ryan Gosling should be the next Black Panther, up on my YouTube, up on Rumble, and on TikTok right now. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
And his link is down below in the description, as is mine, as is Brad's, as is Matt the Unbearable 753, and you should check out all of our stuff.
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
And as for me, I will be doing the regular content throughout the week. Also back here for Wednesday Night's Overbooked, talking about the week in the world of professional wrestling. You can also check me with Roman of the Empire. I think we're doing a film, something. I don't know yet. Probably. Who knows? But until then, folks, thank you all for stopping by. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button as well. And on behalf of myself and LeftEyeEgo, we want to say, always have fun, keep talking, keep smiling, and until Wednesday night,
Toodles!
Take care.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.